Oh, let the merriment begin. Hello and welcome back to the Backed by Bone podcast. I am your host, as always, Don Burgundy on the internet, aka Chris. What the fuck is going on? This is episode 24. It is currently Monday, November 28th, 2022. So now is the time that everyone starts losing their minds over Christmas because Thanksgiving is officially over. So, how was your Thanksgiving? I hope it was well. Hope you had fun. Hope you ate yourself into a coma. I sure did exactly that, and now I'm disgusted to look at myself in the mirror every time I take my shirt off. But that's nothing new, so it is what it is. Um, yeah. So what the fuck is going on here? This one is probably going to be probably 30, 40 minutes long. So hang on, sit tight. We'll blast through this one together, and I'll send you on your way. So, first and foremost, I just want to do a quick shout out because I always make the joke that nobody listens to this because nobody really actually listens to this, and I'm not trying to fucking kid myself here, but um, a quick shout out to two people who actually brought up the podcast to me in person without me having to bring it up would be my uncle and then my friend Nick. So you guys actually, appreciate it for any kind of support, any kind of listening, and I appreciate you guys. You know what I mean? It just makes me smile a little bit because I don't go around like really promoting this, and the people who support me are the ones who mean the most to me. So thank you guys. Appreciate you guys if you're listening to this. Fucking thanks a lot. All right, so what we're talking about today? Let me take a look real quickly on the notes here. So first, we're gonna go over obviously the NFL. There's no UFC to talk about. They're going to be to NHL, NBA, World Cup really quickly, and then quick updates on anime and manga. Then I got a recommendation here for a TV series you guys should definitely check into. It's pretty quick, pretty fun. So let's get right into it. So first, we're going to go with the NFL update here. So last week was I'm not as prepared as usual. Last week was week 11, so let's take a look on the week 11 schedule. The fuck did I just click here? Here we go. Okay, so week 11 was actually pretty fucking good. Well, technically, yeah, week 11. The week 12. So, okay, so week 11 was the last game that was on week 11 was the 49ers Cardinals game, which was the one I was looking at, and I picked the 49ers to win, and they did. They actually ended up winning. Uh, holy shit. Sorry about that. They ended up winning 38 to 10. So I got that one correct. And then we had the Bills Lions game on Thanksgiving. Oh my goodness, Jesus Christ. My apologies for anybody who's listening to this. Bills Lions. Bills beat the Lions 28 to 25. I was kind of sweating there because it was a lot closer game than I thought it was going to be, but Bills ended up pulling it out with a field goal at the end, so 28 to 25. Cowboys beat the Giants 28 to 20. That's actually a really good game as well. I picked the Cowboys there, so far 3 for 3. Um, Vikings beat the Patriots 33 to 26. I did not watch this game at all because it was late. I picked the Vikings there, so 4 for 4 currently. Dolphins beat the Texans 30 to 15. I picked the Dolphins. Bengals beat the Titans 20 to 16. I actually picked the Titans here, but it was actually a really close game. So 4 point differential here. I expected it to be that close. I just expected to go in the other direction. Um, what else do we have here? Panthers beat the Broncos 23 to 10. I actually picked the Panthers here, so it's another W on the board for me. Broncos are just absolutely dog shit. Jets beat the Bears 31 to 10, which is actually I didn't get to watch this game. Unfortunately, I picked the Bears as well. I was just kind of shocked that Mike White ended up playing that well. He had 3 tuds and 315 yards, so I guess he is the truth. So I guess I can't bet against Mike White. So we'll see if he can actually keep up that kind of form for the remainder of the year and hopefully bring the Jets to a playoff that they have not seen in quite a long time. Commanders actually ended up beating the Falcons 19 to 13. I picked the Falcons here. I just thought they were a better team overall. They have better weapons, but maybe there's some players on their team that are hurt that I was not aware of because I don't really pay a whole lot of attention to injured players. Maybe I should, but I don't really care. The Browns actually ended up beating the Buccaneers 23-17 in an overtime thriller, which was pretty fucking sad. I picked the Bucks here. I think the Buccaneers are kind of dead, so unfortunate for them, but it is what it is. Jaguars ended up beating the Ravens 28-7. The Ravens could have won that game, but at the end, Justin Tucker attempted like a 67-yard field goal or something like that, and he was short by like 5 yards. So um, kind of sucks, but he kicked an absolute bomb. It just, from 67 yards, like that's more than half of the fucking field. What are you gonna do? But good for the Jaguars. They're still probably out of the playoffs, but I guess the pick up over a fat win over the Ravens makes them look good at least. Raiders actually beat the Seahawks in OT 40-34. Your boy um, Jones, why do I Josh Jacobs. Oh, I'm retarded. Josh Jacobs had an absolutely monstrous game. He had 33 carries for 229 yards and 2 rushing tuds. But then he also had 6 receptions for 74 yards. So he was absolutely popping off, and he scored the winning touchdown in OT. So um, good for him. Absolutely phenomenal. I'm surprised they won that game. That brings the Raiders to 4-7, Seahawks 6-5. I guess the Raiders are still in the hunt for the playoffs, but I don't know their chances are very high. I mean, they have great running back, obviously, with Josh Jacobs, and a great receiver in Devontae Adams, but the rest of the team does not seem to be up to snuff. The Chargers end up beating the Cardinals 25-24. A lot of close games here. Who did I pick? Oh, I also for the Ravens Jaguars I picked the Ravens, and then for Raiders Seahawks I picked the Seahawks, so I got those both wrong. Um, yeah, Chargers and Cardinals. I actually picked the Chargers here, so I got that right. Saints 49ers. The Saints absolutely shit on the 49 or sorry, the Raiders. Wow. The 49ers absolutely shit on the Saints 13-0. They didn't run up the score, but complete domination on the defensive side of the ball. I picked the 49ers there. Chiefs Rams. Chiefs beat the Rams 26-10, you would expect. The Eagles beat the Packers 40-33. That was a big win for them in a high scoring game. I actually picked the Packers here. I don't know why, but I thought, maybe there'd be an upset, but whatever. But the Eagles end up winning. And then we have the night game tonight, which is Colts Steelers. So we will see how that goes. So let me take a look and see how many I got right. Let's see, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 correct? So that's not too bad. 9 out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 9 out of 16. Not terrible, not great, but you know, you're not going to have amazing nights every night, but it is what it is. But yeah, so Steelers Colts, I actually picked the Steelers here for the end of week 12. And then we'll go into the fantasy before I read off my predictions for week 13. So my fantasy league actually did pretty decently. I was pretty concerned just because my team wasn't running it up like I was hoping they would, but it is what it is. So for my fantasy league, Patrick Mahomes put up 19.4 points, AJ Brown 12.6 points, Devontae Adams 14.4, Nick Chubb 20.20, which is amazing, AJ Dillon 17.8, Cole Kmet 5.7, and Tyler Lockett 15.8. I actually left a lot of points on my bench because I have Hunter Henry, the tight end for New England. He actually went off and he got 15.30 points. So I might just play him from the future. My kicker, Tyler Bass, got me 10 points, even though I had Justin Tucker on the bench who got 15. So not a huge differential there, but it would have been nice. And the Buffalo defense got me 8 points, whereas my other defense, the New England Patriots, only had 2 points. So glad I did not play that. So as of right now, the score in my matchup is 123.9, which is how many points I have to my opponent who has 100.96. All of my players have had their games. He has 2 positions left to play. He's got a kicker, which is Indianapolis's kicker, and then he's got Indianapolis's defense. So I'm hoping Indianapolis absolutely shits the bed this game, so I just get a free win here. But if not, I because technically he's down by 23 points. Could a defense get 15 points Yes, it's possible. Could a kicker get 10 plus points? Yes, it's possible. So I'm not out of the woods yet. I could definitely lose here pretty easily, but I don't see it happening just because the remaining two positions he has left to play are from a bad team. But I don't know, weirder things have happened, so we will see what happens. I'm currently still in first place with a 9-2 record. If I win this game, um, I will most definitely be in first place. If I lose this game, I might be in second place. So we'll see what happens because the point differential. So if it's like you have the same record with the person in second place, it goes down to points. And I have 4,429.12 points, and the guy behind me has 1,424 points and 1,424.4 points. And let me double check and see if he has anybody left to play. He just got a shitload of points this past weekend. He doesn't have anybody left to play, so technically, even if I lose, I should still be in first place. But I would love to even out the point spread here and still have a better record, just because it looked better. But it all doesn't really matter if you lose in the playoffs. So um, we'll see what happens. So that is that. All right, let's get on to week 13 here. So, the week 13 Thursday night game is going to be Bills Patriots in New England. I cannot confidently say the Patriots are going to play well, so I am going with the Bills here. I think that is pretty fucking expected. Packers Bears. So after I don't know what to do here is because both of the starting QBs for both of these teams are injured as of right now, Justin Fields and Aaron Rodgers. So this is a coin flip here. I am fuck, I'm just gonna put Packers. I don't know. It's a coin flip. I'm gonna forget about that. Then we have Steelers Falcons. I haven't seen how the Steelers are going to play because they have to play today. But if I have to base it off of history, I'm going to say Falcons could run up the score on them. Jets Vikings is going to be a good fucking game, but that is also in Minnesota, so it's going to be really cold. I'm going to go with Vikings here. Um, Jaguars Lions is actually a pretty fucking good game when you're considering they're both bad teams. It's in Detroit. Shit. I guess I go Jags here. See what happens. Titans Eagles, another good game. A very high flying offense in the Eagles, no pun intended, against a very hard defense of the Titans with a heavy running game. I'm gonna go Eagles here because I went against them last week, so I got to go with them this week. Browns Texans is a dog shit game. Um, I don't know when Deshaun Watson is coming in or if he's ever going to come in, but I'm just going to say Browns here because the Texans are bad. Commanders Giants is actually going to be a good game, surprisingly enough. Um, the Commanders have actually been playing pretty well here, but I'm going to go with Giants because they are a better team overall with a better record, and they are playing at home. Broncos Ravens. Oh my goodness. The Ravens are absolutely going to stomp all over the Broncos here. It's in Baltimore. Ravens are coming off of a loss. Lamar Jackson's pissed off, and he's going to take it out on Russell Wilson's beehole. So then we got Dolphins Niners. That's actually gonna be a really good fucking game. Dolphins are um, playing pretty hot, and the 49ers are playing pretty hot right now. It's in San Francisco. Um, Looks like the Dolphins are coming off of a bye, and the 49ers are coming off of a win. So 49ers also just played at home. Ah, man, I don't know what to do here. This is a coin toss, if you ask me. I'm going to go with 49ers just because they're at home, and I think Christian McCaffrey is probably going to be hard for the Dolphins defense to stop. Um, Seahawks and Rams. and it is in LA. I'm going Seahawks because it is fade the Rams right now because they're playing terrible. Chargers Raiders should be an interesting game. Raiders are coming off of a big win. I still think the Chargers are a better team, so I'm going to go with Chargers. It's in Las Vegas though, but still going to go Chargers. I would like to see the Raiders win that game though. Chiefs Bengals is going to be a banger. Um, and that is a Sunday afternoon game, so I should be able to catch that one. I can't bet against the Chiefs though, but I would not be surprised if the Bengals give them a run for their money. Then we've also got Colts Cowboys, and that's um, in Arlington. I mean, Cowboys are just way better, so we're going Cowboys right now. And then the Monday night game is going to be Saints Bucks. Both of these teams are playing pretty poorly, but I think the Buccaneers are just a better team overall. So we'll go with the Buccaneers. So um, picks for Week 13, we're going Bills, Packers, Falcons, Vikings, Jaguars, Eagles, Browns, Giants, Ravens, 49ers, Seahawks, Chargers, Chiefs, Cowboys, and the Buccaneers again. So we'll see how that goes. There's only a few weeks left before the playoff season, so pretty exciting here. But that's going to be the NFL for now. We can stop with that portion, and then we're going to go right into the NHL. The only team I care about in the NHL is going to be the Boston Bruins, which are currently 18-3. Um, they lost a couple games here, but let me go back and look through the um here we are. Let's look through. So last time I put out an episode was um Monday, November 21st, and they actually ended up beating the Lightning there. They beat the Lightning 5-3, and I mentioned in the last episode how they have a very tough strength of schedule. If they come out ahead on some of these games, they'll be in pretty good shape. So they beat the Lightning 5-3. They unfortunately lost to the Florida Panthers 2-5. That game was kind of tough to watch. They ended up beating the Hurricanes at home 3-2 in OT, and then tomorrow they are playing the Lightning at home, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. After that, it is Saturday, December 3rd, 7 p.m. at home, playing against the defending champions of the Colorado Avalanche. Then, um, then they play the Vegas Golden Knights at home, and then they play the Avalanche in Denver. Again, really tough strength of schedule here, but again, from them playing the Lightning, the Panthers, and the Hurricanes, and they won two of those games. It's pretty fucking good if you ask me. So we'll get a really good feel for how the rest of this season is going to go for the Bruins after I would say Sunday, December 11th, because that is when they're playing Vegas in Vegas. So they're playing the Golden Knights in Vegas. So they're playing um, from tomorrow, they're playing the Lightning, the Avalanche, the Golden Knights, the Avalanche again, the Coyotes, which should be an easy game, and they're playing the Golden Knights again. That would be this Sunday, December 11th game. So with these next six games, we should really see who the Bruins are going to be and if they're going to be a monster in the playoffs like we hope they are going to be. But we shall see. It is kind of tough. So the next few games after that, they don't have a whole lot of hard teams. They're playing the Islanders, which usually is a good team. They're playing LA, which is a team that no one really wants to play against that much. Then they're playing the Blue Jackets, and they play the Panthers again, Winnipeg Jets, and then another really big game is going to be December 23rd against the Jersey Devils in Jersey. Um, but there's not a whole lot of freebie games here until closer to the end of the season when they're playing teams like San Jose Sharks, um, the Ottawa Senators, the Kraken, stuff like that. So it's going to be pretty tough for the rest of the season here. But I'm excited for the Bruins season. I mean, they're playing really well still. Quick standings update here. Um, in the Eastern Conference Atlantic Division, it's the Bruins atop the division with 18-3. They've got 36 points, and the next closest team behind them would be the Maple Leafs, who are 13-5 with 31 points. Everyone else is kind of trailing along. It's nice to see the Lightning and the Panthers down in the standings a little bit. So it's top three would be Bruins, Maple Leafs, Red Wings, and then the Metro Division in the East we have Jersey, which is 18-4, also at 36 points. Playing really well, and the next team up there would be the Islanders at 15-8, then the Hurricanes at 11-6. It's nice seeing the the Penguins and the Rangers not atop those standings because, um, if you're a Bruins fan, you know the history with the Penguins and the Rangers. It always kind of fucking ends up losing to them at some point. Western Conference, the Central Division, we have Dallas Stars at 12-6, 28 points, and the Winnipeg Jets right behind them at 13-6 at 60 or at 27 points. Then we have the Colorado Avalanche 12-6 at 25 points. So Central Division is wide open there. I expect to see Avalanche kind of topping that division at the end of the day. And then the Western Pacific Division, Vegas Golden Knights topping the division, 16-6, with 33 points, and somehow, the Seattle Kraken are 13-5 with 29 points on a 5-game win streak. I don't know what's going on, but if they can make it to the playoffs, it'd be fucking huge. But we will see. So that is it for the NHL. Okay, on to NBA news. Let's take a look really quickly. Only team I care about in the NBA is still your Boston Celtics. They are still atop the Eastern Conference with a 16-4 win-loss. They are 9-1 their last 10, and a 3-game winning streak right behind them is the Milwaukee Bucks at 14-5, 5-5 in their last 10. So on and off, but the Celtics are still pretty hot. They ended up losing a game to the Bulls, which kind of sucks dick, but you playing in Chicago, so it's going to be a tough fucking game regardless. Top of the Western Conference is going to be the Phoenix Suns at 13-6, 6-4 in their last 10, and then the Denver Nuggets, 12-7, 6-4 in their last 10 as well. Strength of schedule for the Celtics here for the next few games. So last time I had an episode it was Monday, November 21st. They ended up losing that game to the Bulls. Again, it's tough. You're playing in Chicago no matter what. And they beat the Mavs, then they beat the San Antonio Kings, or no, it's the Sacramento Kings. My apologies. Then they just beat the Wizards yesterday, 130-121. So they're on a pretty big heater here. And they got 3 home games in a row coming up. So tonight they're playing at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time against the Hornets. That should be an easy win unless they're resting players. Then they're playing Wednesday against the Heat. That should be a good game. And then they play Friday again against the Heat. So we'll see. So they got pretty good games here. They should win most of these. And then the next game that should be pretty fucking hard to win would be Wednesday, December 7th. You're playing the Phoenix Suns in Phoenix. That's going to be a hard game. But we'll see what happens. But, Celtics are looking really good, so it's a good time to be a Boston sports fan. And then we're going to go into the World Cup really quickly here because I am insanely cultured. So we'll take a look at that. Let's see. Where do we have? They're playing a lot of these games recently, so. As of recently, so last episode I put out was the 21st. We're only going to cover the U.S. So the 21st, the U.S. had tied Wales 1-1, and then the next game they played was Friday, November 25th against England, and they tied them as well. So the next time the U.S. play is tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time against Iran. So they really need to win this game, or else they are just absolutely fucking screwed. Becomes in the standings. They are Group B. They are currently. In third with only 2 points because the draw gets you only 1 point, whereas Iran has 1 win and 1 loss, and England has 1 win and 1 draw. So it's 4 points, 3 points, 2 points, and 1 point for Wales. So they technically play 5 games, but it's going to be really fucking tough for the U.S. to kind of pull out of this if they lose this game. So if they win this game, they get 3 points, puts them at 5 points, and if Iran loses, obviously they'd only stay at 3 points. So that would definitely Definitely put the US in a good spot. Um, it's gonna be tough though. It's gonna be tough. Just because the differential is just so close here. Um, but yeah, so the US can't afford if they tie or lose this game against Iran, it's going to be very hard for them to actually be able to do anything and actually make it out of this group. So we'll see what happens. But it looks like England is the favorite to top the group with one draw and one win. They only need one more win to kind of solidify themselves in making it out of the group. Um, but yeah, so basically, this is a do or die for the US. They need to win this game against Iran, or else they are probably fucked. Any other exciting in the brackets wise? France has yet to drop a game. They've got 2 wins. Brazil has yet to drop a game. They've got 2 wins. Portugal has 2 wins as well. Those are a couple teams that you would kind of expect to be that having that kind of performance. Then everything else is kind of pretty close. Qatar is basically the first and only team that's been eliminated, so they're kind of SOL on that one. I guess 2 losses really kind of fucks you on that. Canada has 2 losses, so they're pretty much out. Anything else here? Let's take a look at Japan really quickly. Japan has 1 loss, 1 win, so they're still in decent position. They're tied with Costa Rica, so it's pretty close. They could definitely pull out a win there. If they get a tie, they could definitely put themselves in a decent position here. Um, what else? Nothing else really that exciting. Mexico, unfortunately, not playing very well. Phew. All right, well, that's going to be it for the World Cup. I just want to mention that just because it's pretty interesting. So you know what I mean? Just like take a look into it really quickly. I just like to it doesn't it's not something that happens super often. So it's just interesting to keep an eye on it and look at the scores and everything like that. So um I just wanted to mention it and bring it up and follow the US on their journey to try and prove that they are not terrible at football. But yeah, so give me just a moment here. I'm gonna grab a sip of water. I'll be right back. Okay. Ooh, I don't know if you guys can hear that, but I just cracked open a watermelon high noon. Had some water, some high noon. Um, Even though I should not be drinking or eating trash, but because my self confidence has gone absolutely in the toilet because the way I look currently, um, just not happy with how my body looks and how my stomach looks specifically because I'm holding on a lot of extra water weight and extra junk. But um, yep, I just need to be more disciplined. I need to be more focused, and I need to cut out drinking as much, and I need to cut out eating trash as much. But the first step to that is removing all temptations and moving all temptations in your area. So I need to drink these high noons to have them out of the way. This is one of 2 left in the fridge, so just got to drink them, get them out of the way. And then there's also some leftover food from Thanksgiving I need to slowly finish off. I mean, obviously, I can just say no, but I'm weak. I'm a weak pussy. So I'm just gonna keep ooh, a little ASMR. I'm just gonna keep hating myself for a little bit until I actually get myself as disciplined as possible and get back down to a lean body fat percentage that I actually like. Weighed in recently around like 181, which to me is absolutely fucking atrocious because um, without having more muscle on my frame, being at 170 is like a pretty athletic build for me, whereas 180, if I'm not like super fucking muscular, it's just extra fat. So is what it is. But whatever. Fuck it. Who cares? Um, Nobody wants to hear about that shit anyway. It's the internal struggles I deal with body dysmorphia and whatnot. But who cares? All right. So after the World Cup, we're talking about anime. So recently, I did get the opportunity to catch up on a little bit of anime. So I'm actually going to get into recommendations after that. But I'm quickly going to. I did actually catch up on. Um, where is it? Got my anime list here. So if you guys don't have a list of anime you're watching, then you're not doing it right. I did actually catch up on Eminence in Shadow and Blue Lock. I highly recommend Blue Lock if you guys get a chance. Really fucking good, really fucking fun. Very cool premise here. It is soccer based. It's basically a bunch of Japanese soccer players are put into a facility to try to create the best soccer player. So they'll have to compete against each other. And then it's like a only one comes out ahead type of deal. So it's pretty fucking cool. Animation's really good, gets you pretty hyped. There are some sports series that are just absolutely boring, but this one is not one of those. So definitely check it out. Definitely recommend. And Eminence in Shadow is kind of all right. I really like the manga a whole lot better. Um, I don't think the anime is doing it justice, but it is what it is. So those are the two series I caught up on. I have one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, and potentially eight more series I need to catch up on. But realistically, I'll probably catch up on only five and then just drop a couple by the wayside. But it is what it is. But oh well, yeah. But recommendation gonna be Blue Lock. For manga wise, I have not actually been reading a whole lot and been able to catch up. It's just not catching my interest as of right now. I kind of go through like lull periods of like when I'm like really into it and like reading as much as possible. And then there's just periods of when I just don't care. I'm just busy and I don't really give a fuck and I don't want to sit there like look through all the shit I have to catch up on. So no real manga reading as of recently. Nothing's really been catching my eye either for new series because sometimes I'll just look and like see like a new series listed that I haven't seen before in like the top banner and be like, oh, that looks interesting, because I'm a big like big proponent of like be- I eat with my eyes, and what I mean by that is like I'm big on like looking at the fucking um at the cover and be like, oh, that looks interesting, and then looking at like clicking into it and then looking at the description of it, and then if I'm interested in it, I'll read it. But it, I don't know. It's just kind of hard. But, it is what it is. But next on to my other recommendation, which is going to be a series that I just watched recently. It's going to be 1883. This is actually really fucking good. This was a Taylor Sheridan production. This is the prequel, or one of the prequels, I should say, the first prequel to Yellowstone. It's only got one season. It has, let's take up IMDb. It has about 8 or 10 episodes. Mm, where the fuck? Why doesn't it tell me how many episodes there are? Okay, there are 10 episodes. Okay. So I'm going to actually admit that I missed a couple episodes here because my family was watching this and I decided to watch it and like sit down with them. So I watched from like the first episode up to like the third, and then I missed a couple episodes, and then I watched the rest of the episodes on there. Actually really fucking good. IMDb has this at 8.8 out of 10. I would agree with that. I highly recommend. The acting was phenomenal, the sound work, the design, the music, music composition, and then also just the photography and videography was just phenomenal. The cinematography off the charts, beautiful. Definitely check it out. It's got Sam Elliott, Tim McGraw, and Faith Hill. Tim McGraw and Faith Hill, not big actors; they are big country music stars. Actually, very, very good at in this series. So I thought they were really fucking good. Um, Sam Elliott's the goat. Like, I mean, he's a fucking amazing dude. I can't believe it. And then they also the series kind of revolved around um, mostly Tim McGraw, Faith Hill, and their daughter in the series. And then their daughter is kind of she's my least favorite character. I'll state that because she's really fucking annoying. And if you watch the series, you'll know what I mean. But I think they all did a really good job. Highly recommend this one. Definitely check this one out, guys. A whole lot of fun here, and you don't need to know anything about Yellowstone to watch this because it's like very far in the past, but it just happens to have one of the Duttons as the main character in it. So, only 10 episodes here. Definitely fly through this. You'll be good to go. 1923, which is going to be the second prequel to um, 1923. Yellowstone is coming out very soon. It's got Harrison Ford in it, so I am super fucking excited for that. I cannot wait to watch that one. Um, so it's the early 20th century with the rise of the Western expansion, Prohibition, and the Great Depression, following some more Duttons. So definitely cool. Again, this is a series where I probably will not need to know anything about the original Yellowstone series to watch because I have not watched the original Yellowstone. So I'll go back and watch that at some point. Um, but that point is not right now. So it is what it is. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm definitely excited for that. I think it's supposed to be. It says 8 episodes currently, but this isn't out yet, is it? No. So the first episode is set to air on December 18th, 2022. Um, so we'll see how it goes. Um, definitely excited for that. So keep an eye out on that. I will let you guys know. I'm just watching the trailer right now. The production value looks like it is through the fucking roof. So definitely check that one out as well, guys. But yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. Um, close to that half an hour, 35, 45 minute mark here. Um, but coming up for me, I don't have anything very exciting, just kind of more of back to normal, and then, a little bit of holiday lunacy with, buying presents and stuff like that. So, um, that should be exciting. Um, but also, I need to put out another video relatively soon. I should be able to sit down and do a little bit of that later this week, if not this weekend. And then this weekend on Saturday, I actually have plans to do a deadlift workout with my friend Brian. Shout out to Brian if he's listening to this. I have not deadlifted in a long time, and he is a power lifter. So that should be a fun experience and a fun video as well. Um, take me a little bit out of my element. So it should be fun. That'll be a fun video. He's always a really cool guy, and gonna go to his hometown or his home ground, his stomping grounds at his gym, um, and see some big dudes lift a lot of weight, and then I'll try and at least not hurt myself. But yeah, it should be fun for sure. And then coming up in December, I am planning on a trip to New York City with my brother and my sister here. Hopefully that pans out. I'm not really 100% sure how that's going to work as of yet, trying to get the days off for it. But oh, excuse me. But yeah, I've been to New York quite a few times, but I've never been to New York City. So me visiting New York City in December in the holiday season is kind of poetic. So I figured, why the fuck not? Because my sister asked me if I wanted to go, and I was like, you know what? I've never fucking been there, so let's fucking go. Even if it's for a weekend, just go there and just have some fun. And why the fuck not? But yeah, we'll figure it out. I'll let you guys know that. I might bring the camera along for that as well. Kind of struggling and finding things to do around here, so I'll probably bring it along as much as possible, and do cool shit with that. So things to look forward to. Consistency to try and nail in, and then the holiday season coming up. So hope you guys all had a great Thanksgiving. I hope it was safe. Hope you got to see family. I hope you ate yourself into a coma, and now I hope you're back on the grind and ready to fucking go. But yeah, so again, thank you guys for listening. This is episode 24 of the Back to My Bone podcast. As always, I'm your host, Chris, aka Don Burgundy on the internet. All of my links are in the description below. Like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends. Thank you so much. Anyone who actually listens to my fucking content, thank you so much. Appreciate you. Love you. Positivity. Happy holidays. I'll see you guys in the next one. Fucking get your dick wet. Peace.